All right. Yo, Coach Rashid in the house. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. We got anybody on deck right now? Not sure, but that's all right. It's all good. We're gonna keep it moving. Um, I got some good stuff I want to cover today, so I want to dive right in. I got my Iraq FOB Cobra hat on today. Feeling a little like I've been at war with a lot of stuff, man. I hear so many things happening out there in the world, and I just want to come on here and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, make sure you can hear me. Okay, yeah, that's coming in good. Okay, great. All right. So anyway, for those that do join, thank you for joining. I know there will be people that just kind of bounce in and bounce out. I got this live streaming on a variety of social media. So some people may be like, "What is he talking about?" I get that. I get that. Some people may be like, "Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this information." So you know what? One thing that I have come to realize is you are not going to please everybody. And so that's not the intent. But what it is, intent to inform everybody that decides that this is a good place to find out the truth about what's going on. All right. So I'm looking through my notes here and I want to make sure I cover important information today. Um, we got some really good stuff going on. And yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Miracle Technologies. That's going to be interesting. And let's see. All right. Well, all right. While we give people opportunity to jump on, I'm going to make sure I got my notes, what I want to talk about, and then and we'll dive in. All right. Roadmap, blueprint. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to do any slides today. Didn't want to get into that. I do have some stuff that I wanted to put out there though. Let's see. All right, let's go here. All right, give me a minute. Give me a minute. A minute. That's crazy. I can hear myself talk. It's very weird. All right. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Dum, 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 dum. Boom. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's see who's on board. Who's on deck? I'm just letting my folks know that we're going live. I don't think I told anybody, did I? Oops. I know. Impromptu, man. Impromptu. Sometimes, I just decided, hey, lady, what's good? All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, Karen. All right. So this is what we're going to do right now. We are going to go into some new information. Oh, okay. Hopefully, I think I put the agenda in there somewhere. Well, I appreciate you. All right, Letty and Karen. Let's see what we got going on. On. Did I post it in the group? I don't know. If I didn't, post a link in the group. I might have forgot. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I did. All right. So hopefully all the team will see what's going on. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So what's good? What's good? Anybody got any interesting things that they want to let me know while I'm trying to pull it together here? All right. All right. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Yep. Yep. All right. All right. Here we go. We got some good stuff I want to talk about here. Give you a state of the union. What's going on? What's going on in this vast world of passive income and all the things that go along with that. All right. So here's what's up. All right. As you know, Coach Rashid, and I am here representing what I call Team Achieve. And I know a lot of people are probably hear that term, but you're like, what does that really mean? Why does he even say that? You know what? In the next few months, I'm going to really bring it all together. I've been working on a plan because of you know how it is. I mean, the state of the whole industry, right? The state of people entrepreneurship in its new sense. Entrepreneurship in its original sense, more brick and mortar. People go out and try to do it the traditional way, but in the new sense, the new era brings in opportunities for people to do it in a different way, right? And a lot of online things are happening, but we still see the benefits of offline building businesses and actually supporting those businesses. And you can see how the digitalization of business and products and services that we traditionally would purchase or partake in. Thank you, appreciate it, lady. You would definitely see go online. And so what Safir and Zanique, phrased that as tokenization, right? So even though the term has been out there, I really didn't understand it for some time. And when I did hear that, I was like, now I get it. So the tokenization, is really taking a physical product, physical service, business, or whatever, and bringing it online. So when you see the decentralized applications, like like with Mave, Ultron, Saphir and Zanique, and then we have Cashflow NFT, and we have a new one that I'm going to talk a little bit about. They are really starting to ramp up and helping businesses and people really take their opportunities online, be it an actual business. If it's not a business, maybe it's a product or a service. So that's a new wave, right? A lot of the opportunities that we are seeing that are really the ones that are building the future are the ones that are tokenizing regular assets, right? When you see fractional real estate, digital real estate, right? Social, currency, they're taking a lot of these physical things and they're creating digital replicas, what we call digital twins, right? It's very interesting how the moves are happening so amazing. I mean, really, it's amazing when you keep your eye on it. Um, but you know what I want to do? I want to talk about, the projects. So I know everybody's like, hey, let's hear what we got. Hold on a second. Ah, can't get this to work. But yeah, I mean, we want to talk about the projects. We want to talk about what's happening, what's good, what's bad. We want to get into what's my top, projects, like what's out there. And here's what's funny about, what I do. And I love it. I love it. I love it. You see a lot of people tune in because they think they're going to see this variety of new stuff pop up. And that's not really the case. There's no either or, right? And see, this is the beauty of Team Achieve and what we talk about, what our motto and our mission, right? It's not about changing programs. It's not that's just not that's not on a professional level. There are a lot of novices in the industry, and you could be a novice in this industry and be around for a year or more. But if you haven't grasped the best way to build and to work within the framework of the platforms of this industry, of this genre, if you will, then it'll eat you up. Okay. So one of the things that I notice is no matter how long somebody's been in this space, if they haven't really taken the opportunity to learn the space, right? Understand this space, and then to maximize their community's opportunities within this space. See, any one person can build and earn in this alternative wealth generation, which we call crypto space or passive income or affiliate internet marketing, all that kind of stuff. Anybody can make money doing that, but who can build an actual organization where everybody eats, right? Who can actually sustain themselves while they're helping others sustain themselves, right? This is the difference, because in network marketing, traditionally back in the day, when you built an organization, you had to face them. You had to physically be there doing presentations. Zoom wasn't even an idea back when, most of us were engaged in that type of, marketing and just trying to make that extra money. You're making a little bit with your 40 hours a week, but then, overtime, or you don't get no extras, where you have to spend time on a Saturday or Sunday working. You started to look for alternative ways to just make a little bit more money. And that's where, some people didn't think of actually like creating their own business, because a lot of people are smart enough to do it. But they just don't realize that they can do it. And so they just beg, somebody else to give them extra hours. And then, some people shift to network marketing and they go for the glory of the conversation, but they never actually do the work. Didn't know it was going to be that difficult because the presenter made it sound like, man, look, if I just come to these meetings, shucks, man, I'm gonna have 10 people signed up. Well, let's go. And it never happened. So that's why I'm not, a big proponent of network marketing by itself. The business model works, but it takes a lot more than an exciting briefing to build your teams. That's why I'm not a fan of binaries and matrix and it's all these kind of things. I'm not saying that I wouldn't get involved, because some of these programs have passive and active sides to them. They have things in them that I don't personally favor, but that doesn't stop me from believing in the main part of the program that will help everybody make money. So I want to make sure that when I talk about, Team Achieve, and I talk about these programs, Team Achieve is bigger than these programs that I talk about. It's something that is a movement. It's an initiative. It's an idea that has actual substance. And one of the main components of what I've created with Team Achieve is to understand where you are, how you move, and where you want to be, right? And how does that equate to platforms I'm going to talk about today? Well, when you come into yourself, like when you want to know, when you know what you want, right? And you decide, these are my goals, this is where I want to go, and this is how I'm going to get there. Well, guess what? Then, like they say, build it and they will come. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. All of that's relevant, right? So here's the basics. Team Achieve is built on cash flow stages, right? Stages. Life is about patterns. And when you understand the patterns of people, and then the patterns can produce profitability on a perpetual level. That's how I do it. So that doesn't mean you won't incur some speed bumps. You won't incur some challenges. Yes, everybody has challenges, everybody has setbacks. That's part of the journey. But when you understand that cash flow is kind of where we start, right? If you understand that piece, then either you're ready to go to the next level, right? I'm not doing that. I'm doing this because it's relative, right? It's the next level. So the next level is growth. Like if you have the money, then all you need to do is grow your money. But if you don't have the money, then you need to build cash flow. right? This is Team Achieve. This is a process, right? So anybody that's looking to be part of a program, to be part of a club, a tribe, or community that supports each other throughout this process, then this is what you want to know, because this is going to be part of your decision making. Do I have a plan to succeed? If I'm going to step into this arena, this is a high risk arena, by the way. If I'm going to step into this arena, can I survive? Right? That's your first thing. If you've never been in outside of traditional finance, traditional, put your money in the bank, hope that you get some return on it over a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. A CD, 5-year CD gets you a max of 4.5%. If you haven't been outside of those type of things, right? Maybe a credit card that gives you a rebate of 6%, when you go purchase $6,000 worth of goods. Those are basic things that everybody knows, right? But if you want to get outside of that and you really want to do some things that improve your life and your family's life, right? And the people around you, it's a different ball game. That's where Team Achieve comes in. Okay. Now, I know I'm sitting here messing with this my phone. I'm trying to make sure. It looked like my screen got stuck there for a second. And anyway, so those are some of the things that I want to make sure that the audience understands. If you're interested in why, what's Team Achieve, what it's about, then the programs that I talk about are very intricate to how we move in this space, and how, when I say that we succeed, is because of how we move. It doesn't mean that everyone is going to win and everybody's going to be rich in the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. That's not what it's about. But you're winning because you're changing how you move in this space. So with or without me, you're still able to maneuver and succeed in this space. So it's always about duplication in the right way, in the right direction. So we got cash flow, right? So that's a stage that you have to go through and understand it. And then you move on to that next level, which is that growth, right? And so you got that growth. So some people look at that from a growth perspective, and then some look at it from a scale perspective. So if you have money, but you really don't know where to put it, and you haven't put it anywhere, and you're just now really starting out, but you don't need to, the cash flow, you're like, look, I'm good. I got the money, but how do I, figure out where I want to put it that it's going to be safe, it's going to work for me. So that's the growth side. The scale side is, I have money, I have some investments, I have money either over in the stock market, I have some in Forex, and I have some crypto, but I don't know really, I'm stuck. Like, I don't know, should I do something else? Should I diversify? What am I supposed to do at this point? That's your scale. Okay. And that's something that we do as well. But the one thing that permeates everything is to let you guys know that I am what I am and what I'm not. So those that don't know, right? I am a personal development consultant, but I am a strategic intervention coach. I am certified to do those things. What I am not is a financial advisor. I'm not an actual investment advisor. I'm not a clairvoyant, and I can't tell you what's going to happen yesterday, tomorrow, or the next day. All I can do is provide you with professional and personal development. And thus, if that's within the investment, if that's within the personal finance realm, because crypto, because blockchain, because Web3, because artificial intelligence, all of these type of things is something that I study. This is what I do, right? So then, yes, I can personally help you develop within those realms. Because it's more about mindset. I don't have your money, you have your money. So what you do with your money is your business. What I do is help you mentally understand this space. And then you decide how you want to maneuver from a financial perspective. If what you're doing is earning you the kind of income that you want, then hey, by all means, just take the information, learn, have a better, mindset to do what you want to do. And hey, we're good. Like that's really what I deliver. Um, and I love working with, people on that level. So there's a lot of like-minded people out there that I work with and deal with on a daily basis. Just beautiful people, and it really motivates me to keep doing what I do. And yes, there are people what we consider Let's see, what's the term they use? Haters. And they're naysayers. And I don't have any, heartburn over people that don't believe in themselves or have enough dignity to decipher between opinion and what's fact and what's educated risk. What does that mean, right? Some people say calculated risk. I say educated risk, because I know seems like my bandwidth is challenged. So if it goes out, I apologize. Hopefully it'll come back. I'm checking my screen to make sure it's still live. Oh, okay. All right. Looks like we're still live. All right. So you know what? Let's go ahead and dive in. Because yeah, if my bandwidth gives out, then we're all kind of like, oh no, what happened? Excuse me. All right. So I'm looking at my notes here. Okay. So I want to talk about some honorable mentions, right? Honorable mentions. What does that mean? Today, that's going to mean there are programs out there that I personally am not involved in and don't plan on being involved in. Doesn't mean I'll never be involved in them. It just means that right now they're not high on my list of being a participant. Now, don't get me wrong. Oh, okay. Thanks, lady. So don't get me wrong. When I talk about these platforms, doesn't mean that I don't like them. Don't ever think that. I observe the platforms. People send me information. I'll review it. Um, Sometimes I decide that it's something that I might go into, something that I want to review, or it may be something that I just flat out say it's not for me, and I'm not going to bring it to my community, because I have actual reasons for that. But more times than not, somebody will bring me something. I'll review it, or if it's somebody credible, somebody that I call a friend or a colleague in this space, then I will look at it. I will check it out because I understand, we're all trying to help each other, and so I will definitely go through it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to join it, right? And they know that. I mean, that's how we roll. We respect each other like that. So that's why I say here are programs that are out there. You probably would hear about them. You may even have brought them up to me, and I may have mentioned them as well. So I want to mention them, honorable mentions, but I'm not personally involved in any of the ones that I'm going to talk about right now. Okay. Because if you're thinking about bringing it to me, then you'll know I'm not in it, and I'm probably not going to get in it anytime soon. Doesn't mean I won't later. Because the surprise, like I always do, there's always a surprise somewhere in the program. Because of the surprise I'm going to give you later is going to be one that I did look at a long time ago and just didn't feel it, had reasons for not doing it. And now it's like, whoa, really, really huge. Okay. Honorable mentions, Blueprint, right? Blueprint, good friend in the space, Jay Ford, really, really smart guy. Um, I know that he's got that for his teams and his community. Looks like a great platform. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So if you hear about Blueprint and you want to check it out, I definitely say check it out. That's all I got on that. Like I said, I've seen it. They've done a launch. They have some things going on in Dallas, and there's a lot of people that are excited about it. So I think it's a great platform. It's just that it just doesn't fit right now for me, but I think it's a great platform. L7 Dex, L7, man, this is like it's like somebody putting like I don't know, a barrier around my head and pressing it on me. I got a good guy I met a long time ago. He's out of Malaysia, and he comes at me. I'm talking at least every other day, giving me updates on L7X. He's been doing this for probably the last 6 months. I'm talking every other day, sometimes twice a day. Um, and I'm just like, dude, I'm just not gonna do it. Like I'm over it, right? Um, it had remnants of a program that I was involved in, not maybe 6 months ago or so, and and I looked at it and I thought, wow, it's good. And then I like the passive side, but I really, everybody has a token these days, and everybody says the token is going to be worth $1 million, and whatever. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, it's not for me, right? So just simple as that. Daily Minds. I've looked at Daily Minds numerous times because I said, am I missing something? Because something about it I like, but I don't know, So I just kept putting it off. I got enough stuff, so I kept putting it off. I think Daily Minds is a cool program. It's not earth shattering as far as the business model. 1% a day. If you put in 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, you can go up and up and up. Simple stuff. People are making money. Okay, cool. So like I said, I don't have anything bad to say about them. It's just if you hear about it, if you planning on mentioning it to me, I'm just letting you know that I'm probably going to say no because I'm not in it, and there's a reason why I'm not in it. My DH life. All I can really say is, um, I got some issues with the platform. I've watched their briefings. They had a pre-launch. It doesn't move me. When people try to push an element of their version of, hey, this is got some type of what is it? I like to keep, church and state separate, right? You do you, and you'll know who I am from get go. You know who I am. I'm gonna be very consistent. I'm about taking care of people. I'm about doing instead of talking about the ideologies. Some people think that that should be ingrained in their pitch. I don't, and I'm not moved when that becomes part of the pitch. And that's what DH Life and some other YouTubers, will put things into their pitch to say I'm Mr. Religious or Miss Religious or whatever. It kind of, I don't know, it doesn't work for me. So I watched the platform. They have an element of passive income in it. My DH Life, yeah, just things in it that really didn't attract me enough to say, let's push this side and let's go for this. So it's a pass for me. Edge AI is the latest, or one of the latest programs that some key people in my sphere, my close circle, just good people, have been you know pumping that up, and I think they're going to do fine. It has elements that I don't feel that I want to tackle, and that's something that you'll understand. Excuse me. You'll understand, in the Team Achieve journey. The money is not the motivator, by the way. I'll talk about money because I'm not afraid. I don't have a fear of talking about the money because that's kind of what the world, um, accepts. Can't really can't really go to a gas station and say, look, can you start this pump so I can put some gas in here and do a fist bump at the end? It don't work that way. You got to give them money and then they'll give you some gas. So yeah, that's just the way the world works. So yeah, no problem. We talk about money, but when it comes to why I'm so committed to doing what I do under the Team Achieve umbrella, it's about what's the quality platform and why is it quality to me? Because you may like something that I don't like, and I like something you don't like. And then that's the nature of the business. And I still have good friends and colleagues that we talk about these platforms, we kick it. We ain't no problem between us, right? But everybody has a different way of doing things. So you'll hear different YouTubers say different things. And that's just natural, right? And I'll get into some of the platforms that have become controversial here in a minute, because I take a stand on things and I kind of stick with, what I think is the real deal. Um, Arbitrage stack, not for me. And the guys behind it, now I still have questions, about the way they move in this space. So not for me. Bottronics, got some history there. Um, so the folks, the trader behind Bottronics, after a failed, a really big failure, a big program a couple of years ago, the team came up with this Bottronics. The trader seemed to be pretty good at what he did. Seemed to be a nice guy, but at that point, I wasn't interested in doing anything with that group. 2 years later, Some people had some good experiences with that Bottronics. Some people didn't. It died away. Then all of a sudden, they came back under the umbrella of working with a team with the prop firm type situation. They had live traders with the same people behind Bottronics. They were doing the support for this prop trade and prop firm agreement. Um, I did not get involved with it, but I was put in the group, and it wasn't by choice. The person decided to just add me to the group. And so I've been like noticing a lot of people that were with me in another program that was stalled decided to jump ship and go over there. And they've been complaining for the last 3 months of why it's not working, why the trades aren't moving, why nothing's happening. Right. So this is the nature of the business. Some people get a little antsy and they jump and things don't work out. Well, there you go. Guess what? The guy that's behind Bottronics was behind this prop firm trading situation that wasn't productive. Now they flipped Bottronics back on, and now they're in competition with the other platform that they were supposed to be working that was losing. I just didn't see the benefit in it. There are people that are pitching it, and there's some promos out there, like straight up, like, 100%, like on top of whatever you deposit. Like, please jump on this so we can show you that we're real. Look, I don't know because I didn't jump on it. So I can't talk about it from the inside, but I know the history. And so, of course, it was a big pass for me. Like I said, you can dangle, money in front of me all day long, but that's not going to move me to jump onto your program. That's kind of ridiculous, right? It just means that I don't want to be on your program because you are dangling, money to promote it. Then I would like to go ahead and close this out. Stable profit. This was something that the guy, the good friend, buddy, comrade, close companion of Ed, Z from CP. Um, he decided to start something called Stable Profit. I tried it; it didn't work for me. I moved on. Some other people are still there. I think it's making money now. So, like I said, I'm not saying anything negative about it. If it's making money, it's making money, and I hope that the people that I know, I hope that you're making money in that program. I haven't kept up with it, so I don't know, but I know it's still going. So I'm just saying these are programs, honorable mentions, because I know they're there. I'm not in them, but if you're in them, and I hope that you're making money with it. I'm not saying nothing negative. I'm just letting you know. Don't. If you bring it up to me, it's just not. I'm moving on. I'm past it. ETF pool. Let's talk about ETF pool real quick because I don't have a lot to say about it. But what I will say is this: they still have not corrected the problem that I have with the balance and the allowable amount that I'm supposed to be able to withdraw. Therefore, I'm not going to say, "Oh my gosh, it's the beginning of a rug pull." No, that's stupid. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't know. That's what I'm saying. And I say this. Look, I hope nobody takes this wrong and tries to make it out for what it's not. Um, there has been a lot of people. I'm talking a lot of people out there in this space that come online and said, "Oh my gosh, they're about to rug pull because they're doing this, this, and this." Kuopi, right? No, that's not the case. So I say, and this is just me making, light of ETF pool not doing what it said it would do, right? Not for me. Other people are like, "Oh, it's working great." You know what? Y'all, win. Like, yeah, I get it. This space is all crazy. Like, there's no rule book, right? And so everybody has different experiences. And but I just make light of the fact that some people that support ETF pool as if it's the holy grail are attacking Quopi because of what one guy said. Like one, one guy, literally, that's supposed to have some pull in this industry, which I don't know where the level of respect comes from. But okay, you like him, y'all work with that. And he says, "Oh, you know what? They didn't give me my money back after my 30 days." But what he didn't say was what he did to cause that to happen. It's funny how you want to blame the platform for not returning your funds after 30 days because you had over six figures in there. Well, that's on you. You do what you got to do. But you made money for 30 days. And then at the end, you want to pull your money out. But he found out that the platform finds out that you have broken the actual terms and conditions. Then guess what? Just because I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna just take Quopy on all, we're gonna go on ahead and discuss it. Then what we find out is Quopy actually was trying to work with this guy. And there's a couple other ones that they said, look, we saw some discrepancies and they, boom, put a stop on everything. The people like, hey, what happened? What are you doing? They had a conversation with them. And then they say, you know what? Hey, if you can show me proof, whatever, then hey, we're back to business. No problem. So they're actually trying to work with the person that did break the terms and conditions. Like they're actually doing something to fix the problem so you can go ahead and continue. But instead of that, oh, wait a minute, I have to focus on a new platform that I'm launching. Therefore, let me bash you. And hey, everybody, do not put your money over here because I got something better over there. No, that's not the way to move in this space. But people do it all day long because guess what? There's no rule book. There's no integrity book. There's no, I don't know what you want to call it. There's no specific way that you have to move in this space. You know what I'm saying? So exactly, Karen. I mean, there's million testimonials out there. But I talked about this on 2-3 different videos. Didn't even want to do that many, but I just keep hearing people talk about it. And then this morning I had to hear somebody else say something. I was like, oh, I don't want to talk about this anymore. But I'm just putting my 2 cents on it, and then I'm gonna move on. So here's my 2 cents on it. All right. um there are people out there that thrive in this space, right, in this YouTube area, and that's fine. And rightfully so. You probably, if you saw one of my videos, I did a snapshot of what Keith in the house. There he is. There's people out there, right? And I'm gonna tell you now, I used to watch this guy. I don't know if you watched him, named Jonathan in Fud Farm. And I used to say, man, this guy's crazy, because I just look at people and hear what they got to say, and my daughter just keeps yelling. And so I sit there and I watch and I listen. If you know this guy from Fud Farm, right? And I know I'm sitting here advertising for the guy. I don't care. The thing is, the guy has laid down like legitimate details based on his personal experience. And that's the difference. A lot of people have conjecture. A lot of people want to make it up as they go. A lot of people want to get on YouTube and become a YouTube, personality and a YouTube sensation based on their conjecture and their own thoughts, and just saying anything to get people to get fired up or listen to them. That's nonsense. So I listen to my man because he goes straight to the company or the platform. We don't know what it is, nobody knows, but he goes straight to them and say, look, I got a question. And he, boom, he went to him and said, look, I like what y'all doing. It's great, blah, blah, blah. Can you tell me anything about the future of the platform? And they responded. He was like, oh, wow, thank you. I appreciate that. Then the next time he gets hit up and they were like, look, we thank you. We see that you've been moving in this space. You've been helping us. You've been really promoting us. And he put a lot of money in. So, I'm like, I ain't mad at you because I ain't put that kind of money in there. So they reach out to him and they literally, because these platforms do sponsor, like they straight up will pay you. They'll say thank you because you did a great job promoting them, or they'll say, hey, can you do a promotional video for us? And then they pay you. And most time you'll hear YouTube say, look, this is a sponsored video because they got paid, right? And that's fine. Like, I'm not 100%, YouTuber. I'm not out there trying to get no ads and all that kind of stuff. So that's not something that bothers me. But I think it's respectable to say it that, hey, look, I'm getting paid for this. So I like watching the guy, and one, because he is about Quopy, like straight up. So his thing, when he calls them DGN, type platforms, he normally does some of the smart contract type stuff. He normally does the Binance, the BSC, things that I was like, man, it's just too complicated to teach, my community. I want something simple where I could just pass on, people can make money, right? I don't want to spend all my time, just like I said, teaching on one thing, because then it's hard to diversify and hard to start really making money. And then people, get frustrated because it's like, I don't want to go through all that. So I said, you know what? For me, I might do something, but I'm not going to bring that. So one day, he starts talking about Coopy, and I'm like, whoa, that's different. So that was something different that it attracted him. And I was like, okay. So when I start watching, now Coopy becomes like his primary conversation. Why? Because it makes sense. So one time he puts in 26,000, another time he puts in 30,000, and he keep ramping it up. So he's got about 80,000 in the program. Dude, if your belief level, I don't care how much money you got, if your belief level is not there, you will not have 80 grand in a platform. No way, no how. Period. A app. Anyway. So, you know, so for me, I don't know. I got about 26,000 in, right? But I never put it in one time. I did it over a period of time. And I think the highest he put in was about 50,000 at one time. But I'm just saying that's a level of belief. So when you hear somebody over there that you already interviewed, he interviewed Ed Z on his channel, by the way, about crypto program, right? And so Ed sent him information saying, this is what Ed said on his, and I talked about this a long time ago and this is just public information. When I was watching, he did the interview with Ed. Then I watched the next video. Ed replied to him. He says, I'm going to play this. Ed did a voice message and said, the reason why this program will last is because I told the people behind the program, if they did try to rug pull or exit, right, and hurt the people, then I would expose them. This is what he said. Okay. So, and this, I'm telling you, this was a voice message that he played on his show. This was like 3 or 4 months, by April or May or something like that. I went back and looked. So that's what was said. So if you listen to FUD Farm, which is a guy named Jonathan, then you would hear him say that on the last video about the Coopy issue. He just talked about it when he says, hey, he put in, 80,000 or whatever. It's the last video. So he talks about that. He had the conversation with Ed. Then he came back and got a message from Ed, and he played it live on his channel. Okay. So I heard the voice. I'm just saying. And that's what was said. So when FUD Forum guy, Jonathan, when he says, Ed, why don't you expose them if they're not coming back? Why don't you expose them? And we're all like, I'm waiting. He's waiting. Like you said you would. Where's the exposure? Okay. So anyway, some people are saying, well, let's give it 90 days to 120 days. And maybe if they come back, we won't have to worry about that. Okay. Fair enough. You're absolutely right. If Amethyst is coming back, then it's only been about 80, 60, 70 days or whatever. I don't know. I ain't keeping count. So about let's say 60 days, 70 days, whoever's keeping count. Okay. We still got a little time for them to come clean and give us our money, let us roll, or poof, right? They go up in smoke. Then, Ed, would you tell us who's behind that program? Because that's what you said you were going to do. Or will you be too busy with arbitrage stack that you don't have time to talk about those things? All right. So anyway, pressing on. Coopy. What is Coopy? Coopy is, I already talked about ETF pool, right? Did I talk about ETF pool? Because ETF pool is not doing what they're supposed to do. They're not on my favorite list, by the way, right? So I moved on, and if they continue to pay, great. But if they don't catch up and add the amount that they've left off, it's a problem. Like, why do I even care about that platform? I don't. Right. So it's a little aggravating to even see people talk about the platform as if it's that, when it's clearly not performing to that level, like really not performing. All right. Anyway, if you're making money with ETF pool, hey, more power to you. Keep making your money. Moving on. Let's talk about daily cash flow, because I talked about Team Achieve is about stages, right? Like I said, there's patterns, and if you follow those patterns, you will be successful. So the stages is cash flow. That's where we start. And then we're going to shift into growth and scale, right? Depending on where you're at. And then we're going to shift to what's that long-term unlimited options type platform, what normally somebody would call generational wealth. So we have that in a package. And I'm going to talk about those today because I want people to know what the difference is. What's different about Team Achieve? Like, why is this important? Why is Coach Rashid making this so important? Because there are so many bad actors out there. There are so many opportunities that are shiny objects that do not have your best interest at all. And I can probably talk about 99% of them because I either reviewed it in detail or I was in it and I was, I got bitten by it, or I had some success with it, one or the other. And I will be happy to talk about that. One thing I will ask, if there is a platform that you want me to talk about today or any day, type it in the chat and let me know, and then I'll talk about it. But I might cover it as I go. So definitely pay attention to what I got, and then maybe I'll cover that. All right. So the cash flow piece, cash flow. So if you step into the Team Achieve ring, the first thing you're going to know is cash flow. What's that stage about? So I'm going to talk about the platforms in that stage. I've streamlined this very, very much, just so you know. Cash flow. Top one, what is it? Kuopi. Of course it is. Hands down, no arguments. Oh my gosh. I'm tripping because I literally this morning, I just heard a guy emphatically come on and say, "Oh my gosh." I was like, dude, are you losing your mind? Yes, you are. Because he's like, QOP is paying. Yes. Is it still paying? Yes. It will continue to pay, more likely. But do I believe what somebody said that I trust in this space, that they didn't pay him because of what? You didn't mention the part about why they didn't pay him. Why are we leaving that out? He didn't get paid his return, and they're still negotiating. They're actually going to work with him, by the way. But let's say this. He did something against the terms and conditions. Yes, that's what he did. He put in 6 figures. Yes, he did. He got paid for 30 days. Yes, he did. And on the 30th day, business day, he went to withdraw his money that he put in, and it was a no. And this is why you broke the rules. We reserve the right to not pay you because of what you did, not because of what every other 40,000 people did. No, if 23,000 people are doing the right thing, you did the wrong thing. Do not make excuses and say, "Oh, they're going to rug pull. Prepare yourself. Get your money out." Oh, by the way, I'm launching a new program tomorrow. That's craziness. Anyway, I digress. You know why? Because I'm in a space that is high risk. And Kuopi could say, we did do that. And that happened. And we were right. And 3 weeks later, they can say, it's a crypto winter. And man, you know what? We're not getting those returns like we thought we would. We're going to put this thing on hold for a while. And we're going to join the whole CP thing. And we'll pause for like 60 to 90 days. And they may never come back. I don't know. So you can say Rashid said, it doesn't matter to me. You can take it out of context. Doesn't matter to me because I know what I said. And I've told everybody clearly on videos before this, right? You can go back and look. Here's my take on it. As much as I believe Kuopi is going nowhere but up, Kuopi is, you thought investable AI was an anomaly that really took people's pockets to another level in a very short period of time. Well, guess what? Kuopi is doing it in a long period of time. So what we saw with investable AI, hey, Sandy. So what we saw with investable AI is going to be crushed with Kuopi and what they're coming with. Think about this for a second. Now, please don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Kuopi can go tomorrow. We don't have any way to dig in behind the scenes to see what they're actually doing. We don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have no proof that they are the holy grail of any app on this planet. So do not think that I'm in love with this platform. I am not, right? No platforms. Everything has a time limit. It will come, it will go. Got that. Now, with that being said, I'm very bullish on QOP though. I look at it like this. COTPS came and everybody was like, oh my gosh, how do we, I saw people like withdrawing $20,000 a day. It was just crazy. Never seen this in the industry. Like, how in the world, right? It came. It was here for a few months. And if you took advantage of it, you made all that money, you got out. Boom. Guess what happened? That caused people to say, oh my gosh, where's the next one? They got hungry. Where's the next one? Where's the next? They're looking for it, right? So they get online and something comes up and they're like, and they lose money. They lose money. Lose. Why? Because the platforms are sitting there saying, how do we take advantage of this? And they did. And it's a horrible thing. But they keep doing it over and over and over. Now, as this goes on, another one pops up. There's one called Futures Trade came along last year, 2022, early 2022, over a year ago. It came along and boom, people were making crazy money, like straight up crazy. It lasted for a little bit, about 60, maybe 70 days. And then it poof. What came after that? Metafee yielders. Metafee came along. I interviewed the guy. I was mad at myself because right after that, I said, what did I just do? Because now I have put this out there into the universe and I got people coming and people were signing up. Like it was like one of those, I'm like, here we go. We got the next one, right? And people jumped on it. And I'm talking a lot of money went into that platform. Everybody was on it making money. They were paying. Not saying they weren't. They were doing their thing, just like every other one. They pay. But then all of a sudden, then the issues came again. Right? They spaced out though. They're spaced out. So everybody's looking for, when is that next one coming? When is the next one? Now, crypto program is a different animal. It wasn't that like hype type deal. Different situation. So I'm not talking about those type of, I'm talking like show up, pay me every single day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I making so much money? Those type of programs, they don't come every day. So later on, right, time goes on, and I can talk about some other ones, but the biggest one in the last year was Investable AI. Biggest hype, right? Straight up hype, short term. I'm going to be here today and going tomorrow. I'm going to tell you all the things that you want to hear. I'm going to put my face right here. And I'm going to say, I am the person behind this platform. You can trust me. You don't have to worry about it. No, he was lying, if y'all didn't know. So anyway, he put it out there. All the guys that were doing presentations, including myself, because I was one of them, I said, hey, look, yes, here's an opportunity to make some real money in a short period of time. We knew it wasn't going to last, but we didn't know. Nobody knows the time frame. We don't have that. Like, I'm not clairvoyant. I can't tell you that. But here's what I'm giving you a picture, right? I'm giving you a picture of why these things happen, why people do it, and then what is going to be the next thing. Here's where we're going. Investable AI comes along. Yes, there were so many people making 100,000 plus, literally in the first 2 months, and then 3 months there was people that made over 500,000 in 3 months. Yeah, nothing else out there like that. So of course you're like, I'm not going to run from that. I'm going to try my best to get some too, and that's what happened. But the ones that didn't get that got some, right? I have people in my community that didn't. And it's frustrating to the utmost that we have to go through this. But here's what happened after that. There's some other things, and I'm not going to get into those because I'm really taking it somewhere. So all this happens, and people still like, where's the next one like that? Because I'm not going to miss the next one. I'm going to make sure I'm in it. I'm going to make my money, and I'm going to get out. All those were short term. All those were 60 to 90 days. Everyone that made a killing, like straight up made you crazy money, those were 60 to 90 days. All of them. Check the track record. We can take it all the way back. I can take it all the way back to Burex. I can, and not Burex. That's a different one. Tekra, because that was one of my favorites. It was Tekra. These are like just like apps, platforms. They weren't the full-fledged type like a crypto program, stuff like that. This was just an app. And then you had Miralex, right? These were just really short term, like, make your money and get out, right? Type stuff. Time goes on, fast forward, investable AI does this thing, pops out. Then right behind it came Trinity AI, Capital EM, Bulls Trades. There was another one. Anyway, they grabbed a hold to the leaders from investable AI, and guess what? They all got burnt, like set on fire. Like, yeah. I mean, I was like, dude, stop contacting me. You know why? Because they looked and said who was performing in investable AI, and they took those names and they started to pitch them these next programs because they thought same thing. I'm gonna catch fire with these guys. It didn't work. Literally 2 weeks, boom, all those platforms were gone in 2 weeks. Think about that. Hot, hot, hot. Try to capitalize and be gone in 2 weeks. Everybody that joined, poof, up in smoke, right? Because that's what they were planning. None of this happens on accident, by the way. Don't ever think that. So then we shift forward. Where do we go? We look and we say, dang, I've been paying attention to these little platforms when Kuopi has been performing for almost a year, consistently crushing the competition. You got some platforms doing 1% a day, and people are like, oh my gosh, that's the best. You can't get more than 1%. You can't get 2%. Oh my gosh, that's just not going to last. Who says so? This is a space that you have no rule book. So please let it go. So Kuopi's been going for at least 6 months by the time somebody recognized that it's a thing. I watched it. I signed up. I got the date time stamp. I signed up and never did anything. I liked it. I said, wow, that's pretty cool. And I never touched it because I said, it can't be traded on stock. It's not stock exchange, man. That's fake. I ain't doing that. And I moved on. I walked away. Of course, probably was in investable AI at the time. Didn't even look at it. But then all of a sudden I got time after that, right? I go back and look and I said, oh my goodness, this thing is still working? Like 6 months? I'm like, you got 2% a day? I'm like, oh my gosh, I've just missed out on like 300% because of my, distraction with some of these other platforms. So I said, wait a minute, I'm in. 5 months later, it's still rocking. I've made about 25K, right? I'm getting paid immediately. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of like getting paid immediately. Like soon as I click the button, 30 seconds later, it's in my wallet. I want you to experience that. That's why I keep talking about it. There's no big, referral plan. It's one level. So I'm not going to get rich because I got 20 levels of people and I'm not going to make money off of y'all. This thing is for you. Like you've been burnt like me in some of these other crazy platforms. Take advantage of what works. Listen to nonsense. Oh my gosh, it's about the rug pull because I want to be the first to tell you it's going to rug pull. Why would that want to be on a placard above your head? I was the first one. I am the one that calls out every platform that's going to go away, and it's going to happen. People said that about a crypto program, and it still ran for 6 months before they slowed down, pause, whatever, humanitarian pause, I guess you call it. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but you know what I'm thinking. So I see this happening in this space. I see Kuopi doing its thing, but there's people behind their programs and they got to launch their program. They trying to get people away from the good stuff so they can launch their stuff. I didn't say bad. I'm just saying their stuff, right? So what Team Achieve says, hold on. Why do we engage in, let me go after a new one and a new one and a new one? Why is that? Human nature, I get it, right? The shiny object, all of a sudden the squeaky wheel, whatever it is, you want to go over there. What they say is that as a saying, right? The grass is not always greener on the other side. Why? If Kuopi is in your yard, why are you looking at your neighbor's yard? It's in your yard. It's right here. And people are still saying, well, let's see, that new program over there looks really good. 6 months goes by and you're like, man, it's still working, but what's that new one? I want to be the first. Huh. Believe me, I've done this too many times. It is not fun. And I'm like, what? I'm focus, Rashid, focus, focus, focus. And I've done it numerous times. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I've drawn a line in the sand. If I was a smoker, I would be the poster child of just stop. Yes, cold turkey, quit, done. I would be that person. You know why? Because that's what I've done here. Done. Like Arbitrage King, that was it. Y'all can cancel any holiday you want. I'm done. That is not on my plate. Done, 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 done. You know what's left? Kuopi, crypto options, and guess what? Incomation is coming back. It already has a plan. It's already doing its thing, and it's already being profitable for those that are new. Now, for us as pioneers that we came in back in March, we got to wait a little bit. We got to earn our money. We're going to be okay. But I'm telling you, it's back. It's doing its thing. So, yes, it is in the docket. Am I gonna, pitch it and talk about it and promote it? I don't know. I gotta learn a little bit more. But the CEO is back. He's doing his thing, committed to making sure that we, are made whole with that, and we continue making money. So not a loss. That's the way I look at it. Kuopi, crypto options, and incomation, cash flow, cash flow. That's all I got right there. I'm not adding no more. I already talked about the honorable mentions. I'm not adding any more. I'm done. That's it. If you're down with the methodology that I'm using, you will win. That's it. Okay. I'm leaving the rest. So let's take a quick shot right now. Like a quick break, right? Cut. Core 4 Mastermind Summit coming to DC. Arlington, Virginia, DC, Crystal City, somewhere over there. Anyway, core4summit.com. Get your tickets, be at the event. We got some of the best in the business that's going to be talking about how to level up, how to engage, and how to grow your funds in alternative ways that you may have right now and not even know it. This might not be about no crypto, might not be about no bank account, might not be about no blockchain, but it will give you so many options that you can use to build your wealth, right? We're not pitching any programs. We're not talking about any specific, crypto program or no blockchain or one specific, Forex or whatever. No, we're just talking about how to move in this space and how we've done what we do and how, you can basically sustain yourself with quality opportunities, but in a generic way. We're not telling you which programs to get in. We're not giving you financial advice. We're just letting you know this is our story, this is our methodology, and here's some things that you might want to observe. And you're going to have like a whole room of people that have done it. I'm talking some of these guys on the stage, definitely over the $1 million mark, doing what they do. So we are going to be presenting that to the audience December 1st and 2nd, Core 4 Mastermind. December 1st and 2nd. All right. Also, if you're part of the Camhurst Property Robots, you're like, what is Camhurst? Hold on, because that's our next subject. So Camhurst Property Robots is a magnificent program based out of the UK. I know the leadership with that platform. Very, very good people. I've worked with them in other platforms in the past. Those platforms actually are still active and still paying. So that's a testament by itself. But at the same time, they have a new program, what we call Camhurst Property Robots. What is a property robot? It's an actual 3D printing construction robot. And they are physical machines that are programmed to build houses. And their mission is to solve the homeless and the housing crisis across the globe. And yes, they have over 1,700 confirmed purchase orders for their robots. They're building robots and they're selling robots. And guess what? We earn a percentage of the profits based upon those sales. Beautiful thing. And there's 1,700 that they're already building, already in the mix. It's a beautiful thing. Camhurst has over 1 million house order for Nigeria. Woo, Jackie in the house. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you all being here. So Camhurst is crushing it. Camhurst is one of the top platforms. It's my top platform. And Camhurst is going to be launching doing a open house of sorts for their headquarters in Manchester, UK, the end of this month, November 28th, 29th, 26th, 27th, 28th, something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna be there on the 26th, and they're hosting government officials from around the world, and of course some in the UK. One of the biggest producers in the company, they're a team right there in the UK, so definitely, I know they're going to be there. I got some contacts that I've already, in Manchester, that I'm telling them I'll be there, so we're going to hook up. So it's a phenomenal thing happening. But Camhurst, yes, it's rocking and rolling. But they are going to be showing the robot in action, doing its thing. This robot has been developed over a course of about 5 years, and that research and development has made them one of the best in the business, and how they scale and how they do. So yes, this is phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. And so that's the other announcement that I want to put out there is, I have plans. I literally finished my tickets yesterday. I have plans to be in the UK on the 26th to the 30th. And from the 30th through the 4th, plan on being in DC/Arlington, Virginia for the Core 4 Mastermind Summit. So I definitely want you there. Now, if you're part of Team Achieve, you're part of the Prosperity Club, you're invited to be at the meeting mastermind after the mastermind. So cool, isn't it? So on Sunday in Arlington, Virginia, at the Crystal City Hyatt Regency, we will be setting up a time to go ahead and mastermind after the mastermind. Team Achieve, awesome leaders. So yes, be there. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. All right, so we're going to talk about the mid to long term, which I call growth scale and unlimited options. I'm talking generational wealth type platforms under the Team Achieve umbrella. All right. So first thing I want to do is go ahead and talk about, I should have a screen up. Which one am I going to talk about first? I'm not sure. Man, I think I've been on so long, the computer is going really slow. All right, so we're going to talk about what I got on the list. Camhurst. So I already talked about Camhurst, so I don't want to drag it out. I just want to kind of highlight these. So Camhurst is definitely top of the list, for me personally, and definitely, the people the people that's in the program with me, they know that's real deal for me. So let's talk about Maave. Flip me. Maave flip me. Right. So some of you might be saying, what in the world? Maave flip me? What are you talking about, Rashid? All right. Anyway, let me see if I can pull it up because my screen is acting crazy. I hope you can see it. All right. So there we go. So Maave flip me, right? Payment hubs, NFTs. I know it's kind of a long way to say. This is a crypto/fiat payment system, global payment system that anybody everywhere across the globe will be able to participate in. So Maave is the marketing arm for the Ultron blockchain. And that to me is fascinating, right? So you got to understand what we bring to our particular community. These are not your everyday, okay, maybe it'll be here, maybe it won't, top platforms. No, these are solid. These are legit. These are actual platforms that have substantial background, right? So Team Achieve is about core 4. When I say core 4, I'm talking 4 primary, stable, consistent platforms that produce with little or no stress. Some of them are in pre-sale, pre-launch. Therefore, we're getting in early so that we can take advantage of what's coming next, right? And that's extensive profitability for the long term. That's what we do here. Easy deposit, easy flow, easy withdrawal. Mid to long-term plays that don't trick you. We don't play games with your money. These are the winners. These are the staples in the Team Achieve Prosperity Club. Okay. So that's what I want you to know. This is what you're going to see right now. First, we're talking First Global Payment Solution is in pre-sale. There's 3.5 million USDT that they're trying to sell in stage one. You want to know what is stage one, because I'm not going to get into like everything, but I'm going to take you, because there's physical cards. There is actual debit cards. There's actual banking. There's actual transactions that you'll be able to take advantage of. Yes, that is true. But here's what's phenomenal. Straight to the meat. You can get up to 8x payout with these payment hubs. Yes, 8x payout. That means not just double your money, not just triple your money. I'm talking 8x your money. Woo, wait a minute. Yeah, we're serious about making you real money. Not just that day to day, 2% here, 3% there, hope that it lasts for 3 months. No. We're talking about making money every day for the rest of your life until you say, I don't want to make it no more. That's how Team Achieve does it. All right. So these are the payment hubs that I recommend that you take a look at and get involved with. You can contact anybody in the team. If you are not involved, if you know somebody that's on the line, if you know somebody that's on the team, get in touch with them so you can get access to stage one and pick your NFT so you can start earning 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8x on your deposit. What does that really mean, though, Rashid? Well, let's take a look. Let's say you decide that you got $500 USDT and you buy this Skyline Penthouse NFT, real nice, right? Nice Baseball card. It's all good. And you put that 500 in, and you can eventually earn up to about 2,000 USDT. Now, we'll talk about the breakdown in a minute, but just real quick, highlight that $500 will become 2,000, right? That's a 4x of your money. Now, here's the beauty of it, though. That 500, you can get that 500 back within the first 30 days, and maybe quicker. Just depends on what happens when they launch. Okay. So let's say, would this be okay if you put in $500, right? Within the first 30 days, you get your $500 back, and then you continue to earn daily until you get to 2,000 daily. Okay. Then guess what happens? You can decide, do I want to do this again? Oh, wait a minute. I got 2,000 USDT and my 500 back. I got enough for 1,500. Whoa. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase this 1,500. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be around, because look, when they purchase them, they're gone. But let's just say best case scenario, this one is around when you get the 2,000. You buy the 1,500. You got 30 days to decide, do I want to purchase this again, or maybe I can upgrade if it's available. 1,500 goes in. Guess what? Within 30 days, possibly, you get that 1,500 back. Now you're good, and you're going to make every single day profit into your wallet up into $7,500. When it gets to 7,500, you get to decide again. Do I want to stay or do I want to go? Oh, wait a minute. What if there's a $5,000 Royal Mansion available at that time? Take the profits and upgrade if it's available. Probably won't be, but let's just say 5,000, 6x, your 5,000 becomes $30,000 in a very short period of time, by the way. This could be less than a year, or it could be a year. I don't know. But all I'm saying is you can get that first 5,000, possibly get that back within the first 30 days, and then earn every single day until you get to 30,000. And then you decide, what do I want to do with that? Oh, wait a minute. Let's just say best case scenario, you have 30,000. You got your 5,000 back. Now you got 30,000. You don't do the 12.5. You said, I want this crystal skyscraper. Wow, I can't even say that. You purchase 30,000 USDT, you get 8x. Boy, look at here. So I want to show you something because I can't see the screen right now. So if you're typing something, I won't see it. Yeah, we'll talk about AAC as well. So I just noticed that there was Karen mentioned that. So if I can get this screen to move, we'll be doing something. Come on now, don't get stuck on me. God dog it. Come on. We need you to move. Hello. Man, my screen won't move. Ah, come on, people. All right. Sorry about that. It's yeah, it's Saturday. They know when I need this thing to work, it'll start acting up on me. This is my life. Come on. Truly apologize here because I can't do anything. It won't scroll. I'm frozen. The world's frozen. Everything's frozen. All right. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go. I'm trying to make it work here, but it's not moving for me. All right, give me a second. I'll keep pushing some buttons. Maybe it'll do something here in a minute. It will take y'all more time. Oh, all right, Jane. No problem, Jane. All right. Well, hopefully, if you can hear me, I appreciate it. I'm trying to get this thing to. I can't even get back to the other screen. This is how crazy it is. God, come on, man. All right, I'm trying. All right, so I'm back to the main screen, but I can't. I see that I'm frozen, so that's kind of weird. Because the cursor is moving, but with me being frozen, I'm not sure if you can even hear me, which I hope you can. Then you'll know that I'm stuck on this one page. Oh man, God, dog it. I'm trying here to make this thing work. Hold on. Okay. I don't know. Can you? I can't because I can't see myself on my screen. Like it's just frozen. Like nothing will move. It is like just nothing. Oh, okay, lady. Okay. I'm sorry. So on my okay. So I'm looking. So I have my phone on so I could see everything and and I see that. Yeah. Okay. You good? Just the screen. Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. Because since I can't make the thing work, then I might as well just leave that alone and let's talk. Um. So yeah, let me pull up my notes and then I'll go ahead and let's get it then. The problem is I can talk, but I can't control my screen from here. So right now I'll put it in front of me and I'll just oh, okay. Thanks, Keith. I didn't know if y'all could hear me or not, but I appreciate you. All right, so here we go. So here's what I'm gonna do. Quick update on AAC. I don't have an update. That's my update. Now the only thing I can say about AAC is, we all know that there's some challenges. I think that they're like I said, I think the guy built a program and he wants it to work. What does that really mean? Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that we're gonna ever see, things like we thought we would. I don't think that's gonna happen. Um, Also, even though that there's some serious challenges with it. I think it's going to eventually we may get an actual oh, hopefully it's still working because my screen just went black. Yeah, I think we'll get a cycle or something like that, but it might take a month, it may take 2 months. Yesterday I forgot to even look at it, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like platforms where I have to do something daily because I won't, and I know it. And so I was really busy yesterday and I just could not get it done. And so I wasn't able to do any of the clicks yesterday. So that was something that I had to deal with. Oh, okay. So I'm going to reach. Let me get to my notes right quick. But yeah, so I would say, yeah, I mean, do the clicks and everything just in case you're able to get into that cycle and cycle. I mean, we've all invested, so we might as well follow through on it and just and just do it. I think there's value in that. If it works, great. If it don't, it's 5 minutes. To click, 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 click. Okay, we're done, and you know didn't doesn't hurt anything. But I think we should see something out of it. It's just not going to be, like I said, what we were led to believe, the traditional bait and switch. It's unfortunate. It pisses me off, but you know what? I got a lot of living to do here. So I talked about that top project, Camhurst. So definitely something that I wish everybody would go ahead and learn more about. Top performer is Quopi, hands down. Quopi. Should I say it again? Quopi. Yes, it is. Um, Top long-term move. I believe Saphir, Zanique. Those are the top long-term. The ones that I want to talk about that when I say that, don't get me wrong, it's hard for me to say this one or that one because here's why. Camhurst is doing its thing, right? Long term, there's so many powerful things within it, and it's got that humanitarian angle to it. Where you're absolutely helping the communities, you're helping people have houses that probably never would have a house. That is so 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 powerful. Definitely helping people around the globe. So you have such a great mission there, but at the same time, you're going to double your money in 6 months. So that's one powerful aspect of it. The other part is we have Mave, the Flip Me, what I was just showing you, and which is stuck on the page right now. Those Flip Me nodes, that is so, so, so powerful, right? Because you have this is what I want, because people don't really fully grasp the magnitude of what Team Achieve has been able to do collectively. We all have been able to create an environment where we have such solid and undeniable long-term projects um that don't require us to be fearful of what may happen tomorrow. Like that's the kind of thing that I think is probably the most prominent. If people were serious and people were really honest with themselves, that's in this space and that's out there chasing after all these different platforms, they would see that if you just focus on a specific number and a specific type, then in between now and then, whatever that payday is, you can actually focus on other things and not have that stress, right? Anyway, this is just like I said, I need to close it out. So Marve, I think the flip me no, I think that's so powerful. I think that's something that we have such an opportunity to get in early, right? And then yes, it's going to take a couple of months to go ahead and help others obviously realize that here's an opportunity that you can prepare yourself for. Um, and when it starts to pay, it's like unleashing the dam. I mean, it's just going to be like a constant flow of income. So I think that right there is one of the top platforms. So that's why I say it's not that this is my top one or that my top one. It's like, what's the urgency? So all I have to do is really pick which one we need to focus on right now. And that's really the only thing. There's no one better than the other. It's like this one is immediate. So when I talk about immediate, then Mave, in the sense of not that it's going to pay you immediately, it will pay you. Don't get me wrong. You do have commissions, but forget that constant residual daily payment. That's coming when they launch in maybe the first quarter of 2024. So don't want nobody to have the wrong expectation. So that if you're looking for it on a passive side, then that's going to be in the first quarter of 2024, January to March when they launch it. They got the cards, and you can order all that, and people start using it and they get the transactions. Then I mean, woo! So next time I'll show you the calculator, and we can kind of get into those details, give you some estimates. But when I talk about sense of urgency, we're talking cash flow NFT. So cash flow NFT is a serious player when it comes to wealth building. They have some plans to do a lot of things based upon their business model and what they have in place, setting themselves up for long-term wealth generation. So I mean, I was very skeptical of the program when I first saw it. Didn't get engaged. Really just kind of put it on the back burner. And as time went on, and there's a few others that were very adamant about, like, that the program. Eventually, I think Keith was probably the biggest driver for me to say, maybe this is a serious platform. And then and I trust and honor people in the community that have the same ability as me. Like, yeah, you can look at it like I can look at it, and so we collectively did take that on for the community to say this might be a viable option, that we all can benefit from. And so at that point, I was able to, go ahead and get involved, and we brought cash flow NFT to the community. And I think a lot of us, are excited about it and able to um, get in and purchase the tokens. And I'm not a big token guy, so it had to take a lot for me to get to that, get to that. But it happened, and we were able to purchase the tokens. And there's the nodes that create the tokens, which that's definitely where you really want to be in the big picture. Um, but yeah, Cashflow NFT, they do sell NFTs in the form of digital shares. And the digital shares are for countries. So you can actually purchase digital shares in various countries that you desire to purchase. Um, and right now, the UK has some shares, and the Italy. I think France is coming, but they've had Germany, Benelux, UK, Cyprus, and now they got Italy, right? And so you could purchase those, and you basically are buying digital shares in, I think, their particular business in those countries, and a valuation that they have for those countries. And so there's a minimum amount that an evaluation has come for each of those NFTs and each of those digital shares and digital share bundles that they have. So it's a little, interesting how to understand it. But at the end of the day, here's what you really want to know. Cash flow NFT, right? Which obviously I have something else on the screen, but cash flow NFT is a prominent um, player when it comes to the NFT slash revenue generating platforms in a short time that we have on our docket right now. Um, and so I'm very happy to know that Cashflow NFT is a big player. They have some tokens that we believe, based upon the information that we've gotten from the leadership. Um, oh, okay. Hey, thanks, lady. We believe that yes, they're going to be very profitable. It's going to be another revenue stream for us, and it's another one that just lasts and lasts and lasts. Right. So in 2024, this is one of the bigger players for us as well. So you definitely, if you want to know more about that, I would definitely say, get in touch with myself, get in touch with Keith. I don't know, whoever else, I can't think, I know Keith is very, very keen on the program. And so he can help you out with that. So um, right now we have the screen up, right? And so let's talk about this real quick, just so people can get that visual. So if we looking at the crystal skyscraper, because I kind of got to the point where if you've gotten your profits, you got up to a point, and let's say best case, there's a crystal skyscraper NFT available. Let's just say it is, right? So if it's available, and now we're not in stage one anymore because it's probably going to be, later on. Let's say we're in stage two. Okay. Stage two happens. And let's say that right now there's what, 200,000, 100,000, 2 million, which is conservative. And let's say car purchases, 100,000. So let's say, for instance, that we're in stage two. So you're getting 80% of the 20%. Okay. These are revenue shares, right? 80% of the 20% that's being, because in stage one, you're getting 100% of 20% of the fees and transactions and all this you see here. Now in stage two, 80% of the 100%, which is 20%, right? So that 80% of 20%, it comes out, let's say these are the parameters. These are what, the numbers and the transactions. So if that happens, can't promise nobody, please don't get me wrong. I'm not promising you anything, but this is what is estimated. If you pay 30,000 for a crystal skyscraper in stage two, then your maximum payout is still 240,000. Your daily payout is $597 a day. If all of this works out per day, the time to return your capital is 51 days. So if you put in 30,000, then in 51 days, based on these numbers, you're going to get your 30,000 back. So in about a month and a half, you put in 30, you get that 30 back in a month and a half. How do you do that? 597 times 51 is about 30,000. Okay. So that's how that works out. Now, on day 52, you're going to earn $597 a day until you get to 240,000. And based on the numbers, that is about 402 days. So a little bit over a year, right? You're able to earn consistently every day $597. And this is what? One platform, one passive, one that you have to do absolutely nothing to earn at $600 a day. And that's in stage two. So you miss stage one and you hit stage two, bam. So let's go back then. Let's do a 5,000 in stage one. Same parameters, max payout 30,000. So they're paying you $110 a day. You're going to get your 5,000 back in about 46 days, right? So every day after that, $110 per day, 272 days. That's what Flip Me Payment Hubs does for me. It's very exciting to see this happening. Most of us have the 5,000 or the 1,500, right? That's what I recommend, 1,500, 5,000, and just roll with it. It may take, until next March before you see any of this happen. So you got to be able to put it in there and leave it. And then when they start, issuing out cards and people start paying these fees and subscriptions and all this, that's when these numbers happen. Now, conservatively, subscriptions, we're talking, says 100,000. That's 300,000 members in Mave right now. Do you not believe that they're probably going to get the card? So if you buy the card, you buy the system, Flip Me system, you get the card, you got to pay the fee. I mean, you can't use it without paying the fee. So if 300,000 have the card at a minimum, I don't know if that's 200 or 300 because I cannot see it. It's a little fuzzy on my screen. So I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know why they would use this color, but it's not working. No, that's 200. So that's 300,000 right there. So 300,000 monthly subscriptions. So this is what that will do. You see that changed right here. So if in by next year, let's say there's 400,000 people. Let's say only 300,000 actually purchased the cards and the system. Now with that and all these other things happen, now you're looking at 161 a day, and you're getting that 5,000 back in 31 days. But now you're going to earn up to this 30,000 over the 186 days. So $161 for 186 days. Wow. Hey, Timmy, what's good, man? I see. Okay, okay. Ha ha. Timmy in the house, man. Good to see you. So this right here is so powerful, and a lot of people are all over this because if you have 1,500 or 5,000 that you can park in this system, stage one, right now they got about 3.5 million left in stage one that you can take advantage of. You can let it sit until between January and March timeframe. Then this is the place to do it. Now, if you say, hey, I don't have the money right now, I don't mind missing stage one, and hey, I might get into stage two. Long as the NFTs are still available, that's all good. Like, it didn't change for 4 days. It only changed a couple of dollars. So it's not a big deal if you get it now, or if you say, look, let me get in some Kuopi money. Wait a minute. I'm trying to help you. Let me get my Kuopi together because I've been on the sideline. I've been listening to people that don't know what they're doing. And now I guess I better get in. Let me take my money, put it in the Kuopi. Let me get my 2, 3, 4, 5% a day. And maybe next month, when I get that back plus my profit, maybe I'll be able to go ahead and get this $5,000 raw mansion. Now you're at the 80%. And guess what? It only changed 2 or 3 days and about $20. You're still good. So no pressure here. We're giving you strategy. We're trying to help you. Because when you do this, and then next year, when everybody is saying, oh man, why you didn't tell me about that? You getting paid every day for a year? Man, it's crazy. Come on, work with me, people. This is fascinating. Anyway, flip me. This is the one that you want in your portfolio. All right. So we talked about Camhurst, talked about Flip Me. We talked about Cashflow NFT as well. We talked about Cashflow, right? Let me see if that. I don't know if I can log in because I never can remember my password. Let me see. Oh, okay, good. I'll just, like I said, I'll show a little bit just so you guys know what it is, and then we're gonna. I got a couple. So Saphir, Boss. Oh my gosh, Boss. You know, Boss is on the top of the list. Booyah. Boss. I want to talk about Boss. But before I talk about Boss, I want to talk about Cashflow NFT. So, but yeah, so my man Timmy is on. See, Tim, he got the answers, man. Timmy has been in this for a long time and definitely knows all about this one. Oh my goodness. So we got the world's first revenue producing retail storefront, point of sale merchant, and terminals with crypto ATMs, lending program, and it took them 7 years to get this thing running. So with that being said, it is a physical, actual building in specific locations. For instance, in Germany, they built an actual storefront office to actually educate people on blockchain and crypto. And they have a trading or trading exchange. They have an exchange that you can actually operate as well. So really cool stuff. They got NFTs. That's how you purchase your assets, get into the game. And so this is giving you an idea. So they have digital shares in Germany, UK. I don't know if Spain is already rolled out or not. Maybe Benelux and Italy. So you can purchase NFTs for these different locations, which, like I said, equates to bankable NFTs, equates to digital shares, basically in the company and what they're doing. Anyway, they're about to do this IPO, and so based on what I've heard and information that has been delivered, this is a absolute game changer in the industry of what they're doing, and they're doing it different. And that's the really the key, is they're doing it different. And that's what I like about what they're doing, is they're not doing the same old stuff. They're doing it differently. And you can only be excited about, programs that do it differently. And they're and the tokens, though, like I said, there's a lot of parts to this, but the actual token's called the Phoenix token, which is their native token. They have a whole utility associated with that, and they're creating dApps. So it's going to be something that will be available for purchase and for investment with other companies and businesses. And they've already made these connections for things that they're going to do in the future. You're talking real estate, gaming. They're doing a lot of things with this. One of the key aspects of it is the Phoenix token. When they launch, it's looking to increase in a very short period of time. And so that's why a few of us went on and made this purchase recently to take advantage of that token price going up. And you know how a lot of the, when the ICO happens, or IPO happens, then the price, of the shares, usually jump tremendously when they first launch. And this is no different. They're setting up to do that with the token. So as soon as the IPO goes through and things, hit the market, then the coin price is going to go up as well. So yeah, so if you want to know more about that, like I said, get in touch with us, and we can go into more detail about that. So Boss is one of our premium projects that many people know all too well, right? Boss is Blue Ocean Society. That one is a private play. So no, I don't have like videos and things like that. But what they will do is they will set up a call where you can get on a Zoom and learn more about it with the connector program. And so I have to check and see when they're doing that next. But they do, set that up sometime so you can learn more about Boss. I recommend Boss very highly, and a lot of other people recommend Boss very highly. And one solid reason is, Team Achieve is all about, like I said, creating, that sustainability, right? We're not trying to, get it today and go on tomorrow. We really want to extend this out so you can, have your kids and kids and your grand, kids. And I mean, generations to come should be like, yo, what was Coach Rashid doing, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago? And they will see that this is where it all started. And it's still rocking. Boss is one of the best that I believe will do it because they have a private society. They are very serious about protecting the society and making sure that people aren't doing the wrong things. And so they are very, very protective. They have all the legal stuff in place, offshore. Anybody can get involved. Look, you can get involved and check things out. Private society, $200 per year, so you got an annual membership fee, but that gives you access to a wealth of investment verticals. So you're looking at your main just trading. Like when they first kicked this thing off, the guarantee, this is how they flipped it. They were so confident, they said, we'll guarantee that you'll make at least 20% per month. At least. That was where we started at when we first launched. Okay. So it was like, look, just trust us. Like, come on in, check a look. We had the conference calls, what you call those? Zooms, everything. They brought the trader on. The trader was like just off the chain, like one of the best in the world. We know because he's proven it, and consistent returns, right? So that first 4, 5, 6 months, about 5 months, guarantee was 20% minimum, right? Most time you hear maximum. This is minimum. At the end of that time, phase one, they went back and said, look, now that we finished phase one, now we go back and see what we actually got. So the trader was like, yep, 20% minimum, but we got you more. We ended up with 31.7% per month for that first phase. Now, that's exciting. We felt like that's how it's going to roll. And I thought so. But second phase came around. They were like, look, first phase, $2,500, get in. We just wanted to make sure everybody was in. The second phase, February, 50,000 was the minimum. Then they were like, well, dropped it down to 12,000. So the 12,000 was the minimum to get in, right? And I'm gonna tell you about another platform that's a private one that, was more than that. And I was like, whoa. But after a while, they just didn't have all the parts together. So they finally said, hey, let's drop that down to $5,000. You can get in and you can start earning from our main trading platform. Okay. So there's no graphs and all that as far as the trading goes, but they do have the actual trader that comes on and will talk to you and show you exactly what he's doing. And I'm going to tell you, I've done trading in the past. I don't want no parts of it. That's not what I do. I understand, the MT4, MT5, you can look at your stuff and make sure everything is profit and loss and, all this kind of stuff. This guy comes on and I'm telling you, he'll go back to wheat, oats, uh, trading commodities in 1912 and how it equates to what's happening in 2023 and how that correlates with the fall in 2008 and the next one in 2021. And then the next, I'm like, yo, this dude is off the chain. So it's not just one thing. He trades all of that. He does not trade crypto though. Just saying. So that was like, come on, dude. So anyway, so what they do is they do provide you with access to one quality trader, right? That does his thing. Now, along the way, what they've done is they've instituted, because the main trading is on a long-term schedule, like swing trades. It can go for 3 months, it can go for 6 months. And so you really don't know when they're going to stop. Right. So there's no withdrawals in between. You gotta be able to hang in there. But when they do come back and say, hey, you know what, for this quarter, we've gotten a few more, percentages. So they started out at a guarantee of 7.5% a month. And everybody was kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever. Right. Then after that first kind of round, they said, hey, we got you some more. So then we got up to 11.5% a month. And that's where we're at. By the end of December, we'll know what the final number is. So it could be 18% a month and retroactive all the way to February, right? So this is something that they do on the main side. Now, in addition to that, they have what we call rallies. And so these are islands, which, investment vehicles are islands that they offer as well. So there's a periodic, offering. And like I said, I'm not going to get into that because this is kind of a public forum, but they do have multiple ways that you can really, really feel safe and earn on the platform. And so I'm very, very excited about what Boss is doing for us in 2024. I've already told the owner of the project that I believe Boss is going to be the boss of all platforms in 2024. I have no qualms about it because I think they're getting it right and they're just getting better and better and better. Why? Because of what they just did. They just dropped something so powerful that I thought the last project was like, they just came back and dropped something bigger than that. I'm talking equity stake in a company that is talking about doing 100 projects with Boss. Like that's a partnership that it's amazing. And talking advanced technology stuff that they're doing, this is a can't miss type business here. So if you're interested in Boss, you got to get in touch with one of us. Anybody in I've encouraged everybody in the Team Achieve Prosperity Club be a part of Boss, because that's something that I want to put really at the top of inviting people, because it's so powerful and it helps, because the credibility of what Team Achieve brings, that's the kind of credibility I want to deliver. Is these are quality, places that you can park your funds and no stress, no play, and just performance. So that's Boss. Really powerful stuff. If you want to know more about it, like I said, you can talk to anybody in Team Achieve, and you should be able to go ahead and get started. Um, and now I want to, there's a couple of more, and then I'm going to shut it down. Saphir. So Saphir and Zanique is probably the golden child when it comes to platforms, blockchain based platforms, because you got Zanique being the actual blockchain company, and then you have Saphir, that is the marketing side of it. But Saphir has its own, it can go out and get any type of products and services to market, because here's what's powerful about every in any program. The list that you build is so powerful. And that's really what most companies look at. They got the blockchain, and then you got the list. The list meaning the membership. Saphir, within the first 2 years, acquired over 500,000 members. Yes. So when we talk about Ultron being one of the top blockchains, and Mave being, really one of the quality marketing companies, and they're talking 300,000, and it's been about 2 years. Well, yeah, Saphir, did it in about 500,000 customers and actual promoters, in that same time frame. So they're doing it big. But the difference is, Mave and Ultron decided to figure out a way to make sure people get paid now. And that's a big difference, right? So Saphir, why is Saphir and Zanique, why is it one of the top, like, generational wealth builders? Because what they've done is something that nobody else has done. What they've done and continue to do is what no other direct sales, crypto, blockchain, Web3, it doesn't matter. You can call it what you want: DeFi, DGen, delicious, whatever you want to call it. Nobody else has done what Saphir has done. Okay. Saphir has ushered in something that we call the Desert Pearl um, Resort Project. This is a land tokenization project that they partnered with DDX and I think it's, I got a Zoof design. And these are designers that design, like Aston Martin, Rolls Royce, top seven-star hotels. These are the type of people that are participating in the design of the Desert Pearl. That's going to be obviously representing the history and the future of Dubai and UAE, greater UAE. And so we are able to participate in the land tokenization, basically purchasing the hubs to create the tokens that'll be applied to the purchase of, by the people that want to purchase, um, the space, the villas, the rooms, whatever, when they start that part of the process. And so at this juncture, we are able to get in and have 130, 120% tokenization, token development, token production, every single month for these tokens that are being produced, all the way until they actually complete this project, which will be 2020, 29, 28, 29, something like that. So you're looking at about a 4-year time that I'm going to be accumulating tokens. And this is what they've told us. And I have separate presentations on everything I talk about. So, I'm not going in too deep right now. That we know that the palm tree islands sold out. We know that the nation states type, villas, islands that they did before sold out. There's nothing that hasn't sold out in Dubai when it comes to real estate. So what would make the 10 to 30 billion dollar project any different? We know that that's going to happen. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. What I just showed you earlier about Mave and the Flip Me nodes, they do it with gaming nodes, and they're doing it with the Ultron staking hubs. If somebody puts in 50,000, 100,000 or whatever, or 5,000, and that runs for the next 4 to 5 years, and you add that with 3 or 4 other platforms that we have that's going to be around like that, Boss, Mave, Camhurst, right? And then they start to talk about the Desert Pearl and having the ability to purchase, I don't know, one of the villas as an investment. One of the villas could probably be anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million. And in the past, this is what we know, that some of the richest people in the world, obviously in Dubai, will go, and when they start selling these, they'll buy the whole floor, right? $5 million. Maybe there's two villas on one floor because it's so big, penthouse. Boom. So they paid 2 million, 3 million. But the land, think about it. If you could purchase, how do you think McDonald's? I don't know if y'all know the story about McDonald's. How did they become who they are today? Because people like the taste of their burgers? Absolutely not. Because you like their shakes, maybe you like their beef flavored fries. No, that's not how. It was the land, people, the land. The founder decided to franchise the land. Anyway, okay, got it. So we are investing in the land that the Desert Pearl Resort is going to be built on with digital shares. And it's a requirement for the people that's purchasing the villas and all the parts to buy them with 50% DDX tokens, which we produce, and 50% whatever your currency is. So when somebody says, I have to purchase, the value of what we have goes up. Because when somebody, if you understand how tokens and crypto works, somebody has to buy, but somebody has to sell. So if I have a marketplace exchange where I can put my tokens so somebody else can purchase because they have a requirement to purchase, then that puts us in a better position of selling tokens at a premium, because every time a sale is made, a burn happens as well, right? Reduction in the circulating value of the tokens. Anyway, the tokenomics are beautiful. Here's the key. What's the valuation? That's what you really want to know, right? We're talking Dubai. That's the first thing. So that should give you an idea. Before they even get approval, estimated about $100 per square foot. Let's leave it at that. Or $100 per token, or however. Any of those work. After the approval comes, it doubles. When they break ground, it 10x. This is traditionally what has happened to the value of things in Dubai. So if you purchase today, let's say it's $100 per token, which is not, but I'm just saying $100 per token. When they break ground, let's say 2 years from now, you've accumulated, I don't know, 30,000 tokens plus. Now that $100 is worth $1,000. That's just me estimating based on the evidence of what's happened before. So every token that you have could possibly be worth $1,000 per token in the next 2 to 4 years. All right, so enough about that. Let's move on. I'm gonna close it out with this. I always have a surprise. I always have something left just for my beautiful people that stick around. Have you heard of Humanity Protocol, Humanity Nodes? This is something that I'm still trying to figure it all out. So don't get me wrong. I don't have it all here. But what I'm going to do before we shut it down, I'm going to show you what it looks like because it's a challenge for me to understand it all. But I'm in talks with, I did have a conversation with the owner. He's been running it for a couple of years and doing it with, why did it not come on? Did I click not? I don't know. I probably didn't click the right button. Sorry about that. But yeah, he's been doing this for 2 years in Nigeria. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see my screen? Yeah, I think you can. Give it a second. It's spinning and spinning and spinning. All right, come on. We're trying to close this out. Come on, let's go. We got one more thing to do and we can be off. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh, come on. Man, it just, whew, I knew it. I knew I should have just not worried about this piece and just finished off the conversation. But, here we are doing our thing. Oh man, come on, man, come on. Anyway, here we go. Oh, I think we got something. All right. So maybe you'll see it in a minute. Gotcha. Okay. Welcome to Humanity Protocol. So, what is this about? This is a revolutionary, high impact project that is about paying it forward, like literally paying it forward. So, in order to participate, you are sponsoring somebody to do tasks. And when they do tasks, then there's companies that are involved in the sponsorship. And so there's a collective of funds that come into the system as investors. And then all of us, will get a percentage from all of that. So it's very, very deep. I don't have all the information. So I spent some time with the owner and I said, "Hey, look, anyway, good friend of mine. He has out of Barbados. Me and him kind of been off and on, and I kept putting it off. I was like, man, I see there's tokens involved, and so like a year. I mean, it's literally been like a year, and I couldn't believe it was still here. So that's what kind of caught my attention. But I'm saying, like, dude, like it's a token. Like I'm not. I said maybe it's one of those, let's use some of this humanitarian type stuff, and maybe we can get somebody's attention. And we see this guy making money, so hey, you want to be part of this and buy some of these tokens? And all of a sudden, they disappear into the wind. So I just wasn't interested. Like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And I didn't know the guy, it's somebody that's reached out to me, like they always do. And I said, I'm not, seemed like a nice guy, but I just wasn't interested. So time goes on and he hit me up again. And I'm like, nope. Hit me up again. Nope. And that's how I do. I'm just like, I'm busy and, just, I can't look at everything. So I just wasn't interested. And recently he says, hey, man, they're doing a launch for this next phase. I really want you, first dibs, man, to get in because they do have some what we call crown ambassadors, but to us, it's a founder's program. Basically, it's a founder's position. And he says, we got a few, and I want to make sure that you get one because I'm telling you, don't want to miss this. And I'm like, man, no. Whatever. I'm busy. I'm good. But in my head, I'm like, dang, this thing is still going? Like, what? So I said, why not at least look at it? And I said, you know what? I will look at it. And I clear my head. And I'm gonna tell you, when I got on, it was so I said, look, I got time about 1 p.m. my time, which is 12 a.m. Dubai time. And I said, look, if you get the owners, I will get on with them and we'll talk. And I had no questions, I had nothing. I was just gonna listen. And so I went through the slides and I wrote down a couple of things, saying, okay, hopefully they highlight this and we'll be good. So I get on the call and I listen. And the owner gets on. He says, hey, I'm in the back over here. I'm in Dubai. We're working on some stuff, but I heard you, a couple of things you mentioned. I see you got a background, blockchain, crypto, you kind of understand it. He said, let me tell you, let me give you the program. And when he broke down the program, I was like, dude, you got something here. I was thoroughly impressed with what he's created. He spent 2 years in Nigeria, um, like really researching, can this work? Like that was his thing. Like I got an idea. I worked on Wall Street. I got plenty of money. That's not an issue. I'm going to bring blockchain to Africa. And the way he explained it to me made so much sense. Unfortunately, I don't have enough grasp on the program to even explain it. So all I'm going to do today is say this is something that I think will be very explosive, and it has this beautiful humanitarian direct impact. Like we literally are putting in the hands of people that have no access, no resources. We literally are putting together their future by giving them something that they can make money with. Like physically, they're doing the task to make money, and they've never had that opportunity. And he went to Nigeria to make sure that this made sense, and spent 2 years talking about it. He went to Sierra Leone. He went to Liberia. Same thing in Liberia. I got people in Liberia, so I'm very excited about bringing this to them as well. In Kenya, and as well as South Africa. So he's put in the work. And he said in 90 days, after he finally got the right people to support it, business wise, he put in this program over 100,000 people in Nigeria alone. 100,000. So I said, you know what? I think I'll listen, because that right there is pretty impressive. So I wanted to understand the program. I don't have all the moving parts, but I can tell you, if you are somebody that is like myself, right, under the Team Achieve umbrella, and we are out here to help people make money and do it in a humane, in a good, in a positive, in a legal and legit way, then at a point in time, you're going to want to do something productive with those funds. And this is one of the reasons why this is so important to me, is because we do have access to something that we can do with the monies that we earn in a good way. So this is just a little bit of information. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and explain it. Don't even try to get me to. But this is the return. You get 100% yield. So you're going to get your money back. You're going to get 65% back. Then the NFT owner gets 20%. Sponsors get 4%. This is where the people that are actually doing the physical work, right, they're getting 4%. Ecosystem 11%, and so on and so forth. And it's staked for 1 year. So whatever funds go in, it's staked for 1 year. And those are the returns that you get. And like I said, there's more to it, but that's just on one piece of the puzzle. Now, this is what I want to just give you a little information. Then we're going to be, okay, you don't see that. This is very weird. I'm looking at the screen and I don't think you see what I see. That's very interesting. Let's go there. Because when I clicked on the button, okay, you totally missed everything that I was just talking about. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I'm glad I got this other screen up, because it helps me to keep up. Because you totally missed that part. So nobody saw this part that I'm talking about right now. I was just talking about it, but you were like probably not even. So if you're not paying attention, it's fine, because you didn't know what I was talking about. So if you are paying attention, if you can put like a 1 or 2 or something to let me know that you're with me. I see Keith had replied after the Saphir. And so I see if I have people watching, can you at least like say, give me something, let me know that you can hear me, because I didn't know that you didn't see what I was talking about a few minutes ago. And I totally went through like this whole explanation and you didn't even see it. So let me know that you can see me. Anybody, everybody, somebody. All right, thanks, Timmy. Okay, good. I'm glad you see it now. That's good. That's good. Thank you. Okay, all right. Okay, good. Okay, great. Yeah, because like I said, I didn't know that you didn't see it a few minutes ago, and I was like, man, I'm just talking, and they totally didn't see any of that. Okay. So this is what I was talking about, and you didn't see it a few minutes ago. So you get 100% of your yield. You get that basic. You're going to get that back. So whatever you invest, you'll get that back. Now you'll also get 65%. And see, there's another. Like I said, I don't have all the information, but what they showed me, there's a breakdown of the 65%. There's a breakdown of the 20%. The 4% goes to the actual people doing the task, and they're going to be making X amount on that. And then there's 11%, I think, for the like operating, cost or whatever. So this is kind of a real rough breakdown of kind of where the money goes and how you make money and so on and so forth. This is one out of like 5 other ways that we can make money on this project. Okay. So this is a 1 year staking with this community staking. Now, this is the part that got my attention and the part that I'm like, I really need to have a meeting set up. And Jane, I have talked to them and asked them to see if we can set up something for Tuesday. So definitely looking forward to doing that. All right. So the community staking. So I looked at this and I said, okay, can I make sense of this? And my sponsor, like I said, good dude out of Barbados, very helpful. But he was the same way. Like, I don't get it all, but here's what I know. So in this respect, you buy the token, right? This is where you're staking. So you know, whatever amount, just say $100, $100,000, whatever amount goes in, which is basically you're purchasing SRS tokens. They're going to be staked. So that gets staked. You're going to earn 65% on your stake. Somewhere in there, right? All these percentages come into play. I fully don't understand all of this, but they did explain it, but I was like, I'll get it next time. So I'm just kind of giving you, this is the overview of what I'm being, shown. So like I said, there's a breakdown here, give you a little information on the 65% investor allocation, 20% goes to empowering masternodes. So that goes for rewards for masternode NFT holders. 15% is broken down in 11% and 4%. So like I said, these are just the breakdowns. Not here to give you all of that, but just to let you know, there is a system in place that was beyond what I believed when I first saw it. So I was very excited to know that there's more to it. Cash comp plan, boom, you stake, you're making money. So there's another 10% in direct payout, unlimited, 20% in SRS, unlimited. So they just basically, percentage goes to you in cash, percentage goes into SRS tokens. So that's another thing that helps to build in the liquidity pool. So that's important because if there's no liquidity pool, there's no money to pay out nobody, right? So they're making sure that that's going to fill up. In addition to that, there's another, something that happens. Like I said, I don't understand it all, but I'm excited to understand it. 50 in sales, $5 in direct payout. So that's another 10% that comes to you somewhere, somehow, right? So sale value of NFT, $50 for your commission, $5, 10%. So 10% commission on a $50, I guess, NFT. Average sale per NFT, $50. Number of participants, 1,000. So here's interesting. Here, let me. So this is another, way we get paid. So I'm gonna show you this right here. Let this. I don't know if you can see everything, but on this particular slide, okay, the one that's up now, if you can read the bottom down there in the left hand corner, it gives you a breakdown. So here's what I'll say about this. I could not wrap my head around $40,000 a month in commissions with this program the way it's explained. That's why I really need to dive in deeper with the owner on this and really understand, how do we get there, right? So here's one of the things that I was told. One thing I was told. Hey, I see Jay. Oh, wow. Hey, guys. Here's one of the things that I did understand. He has 100,000 people signed up. What does that actually mean? That means that if I put in X amount, then I think he said, and don't quote me, I think he said $12 goes towards sponsoring one of the people that he has already got on contract, right? So that $12 goes towards sponsoring. So you can allocate X amount and say, I want 100. I want to sponsor 100 people. So you can sponsor 100 people, $12 each, and they will be given tasks. They'll do those tasks to make anywhere from $2 to $4 or $5 a day, right? Because this is extreme poor that they're targeting to relieve the extreme poorness. So in Liberia and in the parts of Africa that he went to, he found out that the extreme poor was living off of less than $2 or less than $4 or less than $5 a day. So that was his target. Okay. So we that have funds, we can purchase X amount, we stake X amount, and X amount goes to sponsoring somebody so they can actually have a job they can earn based on doing simple tasks on their phone if they have the ability to do that. If not, they give them other tasks. But everybody is able. So that's where those numbers. So he has people and we are able to sponsor. So we don't have to physically go and find others. We are the ones when we sponsor somebody like somebody that has the ability to sponsor, then I can build a network of people that want to sponsor others so they can make money, and when eventually we will earn benefits from that cycle, if you follow me. So that's just one piece of the puzzle, but because we participate, then we're going to earn from the NFTs, we're going to earn from the tokens, we're going to earn from the staking. So all of these things play into that. I still was trying to figure out how to get to 40,000. Like, I'm like, this business model is just not that robust. So I don't understand how to get there. That's my next conversation with the owner. How do I get there? To understand it. I don't need to make the 40,000. I'm just saying, how do I get to 8,000 a month? How do I get to 3,000 a week? How? I don't know, right? Because the numbers are just like, whew. But in the corner here, they give a summary of those numbers. And it's based on 1,000 NFTs. These 1,000 participants they all have digital IDs, which most people don't have, the identification. Now they have digital IDs. They can do work for the Humanity Protocol, and they can do work for the clients of Humanity Protocol. And that's how they're making money with these particular tasks, like posting on social media, like really simple things. So it's not, they don't have to go out and endanger themselves. No, this is actually something that they can do right there on their phone, or they can do, with actual devices that are given to them. So that to me was pretty powerful. But he explained the vision and everything. There is a white paper that I've downloaded that I'm going to go through, like really, 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 really good to understand it all. But these are the numbers down in the bottom left corner. And that's what that number, comes out to be. Right. So that's what it looks like. I just want to get people on a call to listen and see if we can get the big picture. And if we're interested in going forward with this, I think this right here is phenomenal. Like really, really, really phenomenal. Like I said, so this is just an introduction to something that I'm exploring in a way. Yes, I've already, basically contributed. Of course I have. But I think that it's something that we can consider, like I said, from a team perspective, looking at this and saying, okay, would I want to get involved? Because it doesn't take a lot of money. I mean, I think $10 is the minimum. So they're not asking. They have companies that are doing big sponsorships, because companies have what they call ESG, right? They have funds that they want to show the world that they're being responsible. So there are funds already available for that at a high level. I know people right now that are involved in trading and making like millions of dollars in their investments. And the only way they can continue doing that is by investing in a humanitarian project. So believe me, the 40, 50, 100,000 and more, that's taken care of. So they don't really need us to put in a lot of money. So you don't have to worry about saying, oh my gosh, do I need to put in like $20,000? No, not at all. Absolutely, absolutely. You're right, Karen. This is so powerful, and I just feel crazy because I did not. I feel blessed because I was able to get in literally before they actually launch, and there may be some a crown ambassador positions available. And I like to make sure my people are able to get in at a high level. And right now, I don't know if they have any more left. But I'm on a call. I talk to my sponsor like every day. So we were on a call like 2 hours yesterday, just walking through the onboarding process, and I was still scratching my head like, what am I supposed to do? So anyway, the guy told me, he said, no, man, we're gonna streamline that. So don't worry about that piece, but we got another piece. So there's a process. They have like people on like the onboarding process, I mean, there was like about 30 people on the other day, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Thursday, like Thursday. It was so many people on there. Just okay, who's next? Okay, share your screen. All right, let's walk through it. They got ego mining. Okay, we're gonna go to ego mining. Okay, go to your trust wallet, go to your MetaMask, and we just walk through each step. And you're hooking up people. Boom. Right? Go get connect your miner. Okay, you got it. Okay, is it working? You see the numbers moving? Yep. All right, good. You're good. Next. And that's how we were helping people get onboarded. And I was like, man, these shows were patient. My goodness. So it's a very, very tight team. Um, the leadership, like the guy is just, man, he's smart. Um, he's from St. Louis, Missouri, by the way. And he's a brother from St. Louis that went to the Navy, did all that. He worked on Wall Street for a lot of years, made crazy money, and then wanted to bring blockchain to Africa, and that was his mission. And so he winded up in Dubai, which a lot of people go to Dubai because they know there's lots of money available, and was able to secure agreements and actual license to do all of this. Literally connected with the royal family, and a lot of people say that kind of stuff, and then you're like, yeah, right. Well, he's got the pictures. So I was pretty impressed, man. Really impressed. And then I did as a video that I've sent to a couple of people that he was part of the Abrahamic like investor group, which is a big thing in Dubai, where they have different nationalities, and anybody can join that and pitch their stuff. I know a few people doing that as well, doing blockchain and stuff, and they've been very successful at getting investors, in that forum. And and the guy Marcus that's running it, he did that as well, and has the Maktoum Investment Fund supporting them from the women's side as well. And so they have a women's empowerment fund that the women are running. So there's a lot to this, very powerful. So I wanted to introduce that to you all because I'm very interested in where it's going, and I believe it can be very profitable. I will figure it out and believe that. But good people. The white paper is there, and I'm very, very excited about learning more about it so that I can better, explain it and really, really dig into what makes the wheels turn, so we can understand it better as well. But I think I've definitely kept you all long enough. I am so grateful for those that took the opportunity to hang with me this long. And well, anyway, I'm trying to get it to come up. I'm not sure if it's going to come up. If not, it's okay. Like I said, I'm not here to explain it right now anyway. Um, man, okay, it looks like it's coming up. What is it doing? Huh, not sure. Okay, I don't see it. PDF. Easy. All right. Anyway, um, it's good stuff. I'll be able to talk a little bit more about it later. I am looking to maybe set up a meeting for Keith. You're funny. I'm looking to set up a meeting for Tuesday. I believe they said Tuesday, and so Jane, we should be good. I'll talk with them again, make sure that their schedule is open for that, and we should be able to make something happen. I know you went over Mave piece, but does anyone understand the staking of the tokens? Yeah, the stakings of yeah, I can talk about that in the Mave, because I know we got a couple of you have the Cashflow NFT has a staking a node that you can actually um, do the minting of their token, the Phoenix token, and you can stake that. And then we have the Mave Ultron ULX token, and that's a very powerful concept as well. So with Mave, real quick, you can actually get the Mave Hub, and you can stake the tokens. And the beautiful thing about it is when you are building your network and offering people opportunity to purchase the gaming or the Flip Me payment hubs, then when you get a commission, 20% of that goes toward, or 30%, I think, goes towards a bonus hub that they create for you. And then 70% of it goes to your USDT where you can, withdraw and do whatever you want to it. And so they do open it up for withdrawals from time to time. They recommend that you let it grow because you can get about a 311% return on your hubs. Yeah, it's a very long term play, but that's what it's designed for, right? If it was a short term, it would be like 300% a year, but it's 300% over a 5-year period. But here's where it gets really interesting. The potential of it is just ridiculous because when you see the decentralized applications that they're creating and they're building, so one of the things, this is where I talked about, the most important thing you have to understand about this space is when you're building a community, you need people because you have to have a captive audience to launch your projects. So this is what Saphir, they said, okay, we're not launching because we don't have the bodies. So they already have their coin. They're already creating the Zenique token, the Zenique coin, and the Zenique tokens. Actually, it's a Zen, 20 on the Zenique smart chain, but they didn't launch the Tupan, they didn't launch the T-Tron, they didn't launch the Avanok, they didn't launch, the VU platform. They didn't launch all of these tokenized projects at the same time. They did it over time. So over the 2-year period, they launched these projects. So this is what is so incredible about what Mave is doing with their hub. They're saying, look, we got about 300,000 people. So now we have our third, NFT slash hub that we're offering. So they got decentralized applications that they're rolling out. So that's where Mave and Eltron are working so good together because of how they're rolling this out. And so now, hey, we got 300,000. Now we got enough people to sustain that particular project. Because when we already are making the people happy with what we're doing, then we offer this next project, boom, gaming hubs, bam, everybody jumps on it, right? Then they said, okay, we got the traction, we got, we're selling the hubs, we're getting ready to launch out, the lottery. So now people are going to say, bam, we can start getting paid. But in the meantime, guess what's coming next? Payment hubs, bam, let's get some of these payment hubs, right? Because we got 300,000 people. So now we can pay for what we're doing, right? Operationally, it makes sense. Now that that happens, it goes and goes and goes. So what they're doing with the ULX, I said, look, ULX is just supporting everything else. So you're going to be able to purchase this hub and we're going to give you X amount of tokens compounded continuously as long as you don't withdraw anything. So if you don't withdraw for over the 5-year period, you're going to get 300% of the tokens. Well, it's not compounded, but you can add to it and all that. But it's going to increase year after year after year. So what happens is I did a calculation and said, oh man, okay, 300%, blah, blah, blah. But then I was thinking about the value of the token. So what I was doing it off of was the value of the token. So that was very incorrect though, because this is not the value, this is the amount. So if that token price goes up 300%, I'm like, it's okay, right? Because that's like, I don't know, if it's $100 today, it's $300 or maybe $300. It might go up $30, right? So it goes from what 1 cent to $3 is like 300%. If it goes from 1 cent to $30, it's like, I don't know, 30,000% or something like that. But that 300% wasn't attractive in that fashion. But when you actually think about, that's 300% of the tokens. So if you're already earning, let's say you're earning 100 tokens a day or something like that, 3,000 a month. So time goes on, and at that 5-year period, let's say you got 100,000 tokens. Let's say you got 300% more tokens. not the value, 300 more tokens. And the value though goes from $1 to $100. Now all of a sudden, whoa, that's a nice number. So I was calculating it wrong in the beginning, but then I said, wait a minute. So if I got so many more tokens and that value goes up, now that's a game changer, right? You're talking hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions because of the price of the token versus just the number of tokens. So that was something that became very attractive to me as time went on, is that yes, that's a good place to park it and leave it. And then after 4 years or so, you're like, okay, let me get some of that, and then you'll see a massive difference. So anyway, yes, powerful stuff, powerful stuff. So anyway, there is a white paper. I'm probably going to download it. I'm gonna spend some time going through it. I think it's very important to probably understand this on a deeper level so that I can understand the moving parts, because it's going to be more of a hands-on type deal. We're at the beginning. They've already asked me to help out with presentations. I'm like, dude, I don't even know it yet. So that's what's so cool about being at the front, talking to the owner, understanding the landscape. It gives us a lot of leverage when it comes to getting things done and knowing what's happening every step of the way. So that's what I'm excited about with this. And I do plan on, really learning more about it and being more educated on it. And so we can see if it's something that the community will latch on to and become leaders in. So yeah, there's a lot to it. Overview, the tokenomics is pretty cool. Release. So yeah, that's something that is interesting. He did talk about that nobody can come in and basically take over, because the schedule is over 1,000 days. So they cannot like say, give me 100% of my tokens and cash them in and kill the liquidity. It can't happen. 1,000-day release. It says everything has to be locked down for about 3 years. So they can't run off with all the money, basically, all the liquidity, So anyway, governance, boom, 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 staking. So everything is there. So good stuff. Great opportunity here to really ramp up the Team Achieve Prosperity Club and the future of really money and finance and future of work. That's what it's all about, is really, really doing good for the community. And so I'm looking forward to making that happen. All right, let's see if I can get this to do something, because it's stuck again. Man, I just can't get this to work right. All right, come on now. Don't play with me. Let's go. Man, it's craziness. All right, here we go. All right, I think we're good. Woo! Wow, that was a marathon. I know y'all are like, what is going on, Rashid? Hey, look, thank you. I definitely appreciate you guys. It's been a big day. I can definitely tell you that. Is there anything else? Did I miss anything that you think I need to talk about? Like I said, I don't have much on AAC. I mean, if it does what it does, then cool. We make money off of it. We keep it moving. I did a withdrawal request and I haven't seen anything, so I'm waiting to see what happens on that. And that's really all I got on that. I do have, like I said, I got my flight and everything set up for the trip. Okay. Got people texting me that I haven't talked to in a long time. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, if nothing else, then I will be signing off. We good? Everybody good? Everybody good? We good. Done. What? My man. ARP has doubled. Man, look at that. I ain't even gonna look at mine. I'm so mad, man. Mine ain't did nothing. Now I'm gonna check it out, and I'm gonna have to see. Maybe I get some action. I don't know. I better look at it right quick. Y'all might be like, "What?" All right, I'll check it out while we on real quick, and then we'll go. Let me get in right quick. Let me see if mine double. Since it ain't never double, I don't know, but I'll see. But I haven't done. You know what? Yesterday I missed my thing, so I don't think it's double because they're probably mad at me. I probably was like the next one to double, and then I didn't even do my clicks yesterday, and it probably knocked me down. It's just my life. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Yeah, so cameras, let's talk about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Karen. So Camhurst, I think we have a couple of days. Hopefully Monday, we'll be back online. They were really fighting to get that back online as quick as possible. We know there's been a delay. I did the presentation and was in hopes that things would be back online, but still challenged right now with just fixing the security issues, making sure that it's way more secure now. Fortunately, they did have some hacking going on, some people trying to get into the system, cyber attacks, and so it was like just a multi-headed hydra, if you will. And hit them on one side, then they went to the old site, the RLP site, and tried to get into there, and they tried to get into the new site. And so they secured, the funds are cool, but it's just the challenges of trying to, they actually did install a new server, had, the people that was monitoring that. And then they were like, boom, another attack. And it was like, these jokers are nonstop. So they really, fighting that, trying to make sure it's secure. The owner, CEO, he did recently went to sit with top cybersecurity guy in the Europe area, and supposedly, getting that squared away. So we're like, whew, come on, man. So hopefully by the end of, like I said, maybe by Monday, we should be able to hear something on that. So, but right now with Camhurst, if I've had people actually contact me, they ready to get started, and unfortunately, we're not able to do that, online. But if somebody's like, look, you know what, I believe in it and it's going to roll, then yeah, I mean, you can sign up, just fill out the information that I posted. And one thing that they want to do, in the interim, and I'm probably going to do it later and keep it going, where you verify that this person. That's something that we really want to do as well, because there's some bad people out there that if they want to do a withdrawal, they send an email and have the sponsor on there and verify, the sponsor knows that, yep, that's somebody in my organization, or, something like that. So at least give it another layer of confirmation, because there has been people that did basically hack somebody's email address and sent in and asked for withdrawal, and it was an email address. So, and then, so people don't know, and so we're trying to protect everybody when you're doing any kind of withdrawals or anything like that. So yeah, so let's check back on Monday. Hopefully everything is in order. No, I haven't had any ARP earnings. I'm still, not looking good on that front, but I will do my clicks today. I'm looking to see if they have done anything with my withdrawal. Don't look like it. Um, yeah, it's kind of weird. Um, okay, that's there. Let me see. Stats. Let me see what that says. It says withdrawals, nothing. So I'm still waiting. We'll see. Yep, still waiting. All right. Anyway, like I said, I still got hopes for it, to do what it's got to do. And so until then, hey, we'll monitor that and see what happens. All right. What? Karen says she got her withdrawal. Man. All right. I'll still be hopeful that they don't forget about me. We'll see. So, but yeah, as soon as I get mine, I will definitely let you guys know that it's still doing something. All right, but anyway, let's stay positive with it. We don't need no We got enough negativity out there in the world. We don't need to bring any additional. Stay positive, stay focused, stay on point, because you know what we do here with Team Achieve? We live, we learn, we prosper. That's what we do. And that's what we do. And we do it very well. Look, it's been a pleasure. You all are amazing. You know that. And until next time, I just want to say, enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, enjoy everything that you want to enjoy. Most of all, enjoy the future, because the future is now. Coach Rashid, and I'm out. Peace. Y'all take care. I think that's it. Was that it?